Hi everyone and welcome back to this channel. I am JP and in here all we talk about is lizards. Now I've been trying to do a little series of all of my geckos, basically trying to give you updates on them or new stuff that I've been doing with them. And now it is time to do the final video, which is actually the one that I've been saving because it is my favorite at the moment, because obviously, as you know by the title, we got eggs from these guys. These are my Australian Leaftail Geckos, and man, I cannot be any happier. This is actually my second year with them, and I am really happy that I got fertile eggs from them. Okay, now I don't really handle my geckos too much, so I am going to show them a little bit, and then I'm gonna put them back in their setup. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put her back in her house. But of course, I have some videos to share with you guys. As always, that is something that I always do, just in case you're new to the channel. You don't have to look at my face for 10 to 12 minutes. I always have videos of my reptiles whenever I do a video of them. So very first time trying to feed a mealworm to my Australian Leaftail geckos. This is not going to be easy to record. Hey, I think she's going for it. God, I cannot stop moving. She got it. Alright. Something else added to their diet. These guys have been doing really good, obviously eating. Okay, obviously eating great, like always. I have nothing to complain about them, and even though they are Leaftail geckos, they are still handleable to a certain amount of time. These guys do not try to hide all the time. Even during the day, they will be out, which is something that I love about this species, which is the reason why I decided to go with them instead of other Leaftail geckos. So to talk a little bit more about them, laying eggs, I was under the impression that you were supposed to put them through brumation at a really low temp. And since this was last winter, since that was my first winter with them, I decided not to do it. I basically just let them be here in my reptile room, which in the winter it does get a little bit cooler, obviously, but I did not put them in a colder place. So one time that I decided to look at the female, basically just I don't know if you guys hear that, but those are my color lizards trying to get out. But one time trying to one time doing basically a physical inspection of my geckos, I saw that the female was really chunky, and at first it actually kind of scared me, because I thought maybe she ate something that she wasn't supposed to. But these guys, normally I feed them myself, so that way I know that both of them are eating, because they are both in the same tank. But sometimes I still do let some worms in a feeding dish in there. So I just wanted to make sure that she wasn't eating all of them and not leaving anything to the male. But as soon as I grabbed her, I noticed that it kind of looked like eggs. So I put her in a cup so that I could see the belly easy without flipping her or anything else like that. And well, I saw what it was. Without a doubt, it was 2 eggs, which made me really happy. I had already eggs from my color lizards, and now eggs from these guys. So I can say that it's been a really good year for me, because this was my first year deciding that I was going to try to breed some of my lizards. Now, unfortunately, they do lay only 2 eggs at a time, and according to what I was able to find out on the internet, they are able to lay eggs up to 4 times a year. But these guys, only laid 1 time, at least for now, and if that's all they lay, that's completely fine. My female is already back to her normal size, because she is actually chunkier than the male. Even though they both eat the same. But could be that maybe she's already working on a second clutch, which hopefully that's the case. Now, I already knew that it was only a matter of basically days, maybe just a few weeks for the female to lay the eggs, because the eggs were so noticeable. She was so big that I knew that I had to put something already. I knew that I had to put something right away for her to lay the eggs. So I started trying to read it. I was trying to find any information that I could, but man, there was basically nothing. And one thing that I have is that I don't really like to bother people too much, basically asking them to give me every detail that they could. Because I do know that for example, Joe Hupp, which is a really big breeder here in the US, I know that he works with them, and I know that he would be happy helping me, but I feel like I'm being too annoying if I'm asking for every detail. So I asked just a couple of questions, and then everything else I tried to search on the internet. Now, I was able to find this one page, which I guess is basically what I decided to go with. But even though I put a cup with substrate and then moss at the top, what the female did is that she actually took out the moss of the cup and then laid the eggs on the moss. So she basically just laid the eggs and then covered them with moss, which was really cool. This is basically the kind of stuff that I love learning something new from these guys, because even though a lot of people think that they are just dumb animals, they are not. They are really smart. It's just a matter of you willing to learn from them. Now, the video is not the best because they are not in a gigantic setup. But of course, I tried to record when I was getting the eggs, making sure that I saw veins. But normally on the day that they lay them, you don't see the veins. You will see them, in 2 or 3 days. But it's always better to still put them in a incubation or a container to incubate them. So that's what I did. Now, to get some information on how to incubate these eggs, I was reading that with the eggs of these guys, you do not want to incubate in a high temp, which typically is like in the 80s, 82 to 86. Now, that temp would actually destroy these eggs, so they are actually incubated basically at room temp, which in here in my room, I just put them in the floor, which is at 72 degrees, which is really low for an incubation temp. Alright, so here are the 2 eggs. So you can see that one is actually really dirty. I actually tried to clean it, but everything's already stuck to them, and I really don't want to rub them too much. So they are already completely calcified, and the way that I found them, that's how I put them. So I'm just going to let them stay the way that they are. But that is what I read, and I did also ask about that, and it was the same answer. So that's what I decided to do. Now, what really sucks about that is that obviously makes sense since the temp is really low. The incubation period is really long. These guys will take up to 100 days, which is not as much as a monitor lizard, but still for a gecko that is a long time. So they might take from 90 to even 110 days to incubate, but that's okay. It is what it is. You just have to deal with it and learn to wait. Now, just yesterday they actually turned 70 days that they have been incubating. So I'm hoping that in 20 to the most 30 days I will get to see some of these babies, and of course I will make a video about that. And for the moment, that is basically just the news that I wanted to share with you guys, because I am really excited to see these babies. Now, I already have a really small container for them, basically just a critter keeper that is normally used for crickets. But when these guys are hatchlings, they are really small, so of course you do not want to put them in a big tank right away. And once they hatch, like I said, I will make a video about it. So for now, I guess that is all that I have for you guys, and I hope that you guys are excited just like me to see these babies. But alright, time for me to go because I got a lot to clean in here. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, please make sure to give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next week.